Right, well, I guess I already need to change my intro for these videos because the Sternritter are literally going to be joining the game at the end of the month. I really thought the wait was going to be a little bit longer. I thought I might be doing these prediction videos for a bit long before they first turned up, but I am definitely not complaining. So, we know for a fact that we're getting Sternritter D, Askin Naklavar, Sternritter E, Bambietta Bastabine, and Sternritter T Candice Catnipp at the end of this month. Two of those, luckily, I've already done prediction videos for, and you can check those out on my channel. So Caleb kind of forced my hand as to who the next prediction video is going to be. We're taking a look at Sternritter T the Thunderbolt, Candice Catnipp. Before we begin, however, guys, as always, I'd love it if you could subscribe to my channel if you enjoy the content I'm bringing out. The channel is really growing fast, and I super appreciate everyone's support so far. You guys have been amazing, commenting on the videos, liking the videos, and it's just really helped motivate me and propel this channel to milestones that I didn't think we would ever reach, and certainly not as quickly as we have done since I've made a return to the channel. So I really appreciate it, and it's just really great seeing everyone loving Bleach and supporting the franchise. So yeah, if you could just keep that coming, I would really, really appreciate the support. And with the last few videos, guys, I know this one we haven't technically adhered to that, but if you could vote for which Sternritter you'd like to see a video of next, as long as we suddenly don't get another Sternritter banner in the next couple of weeks, I should be able to get to it rather than having to amend my schedule. But yeah, if you could let me know what Sternritter you'd like, that would be awesome. Put in the comments below which one you'd like to see a video on next. And the last bit of housekeeping, if you've been here for my last prediction videos, you will know that I did not lose on my own. I had help by my friend S. Carassa, who has created us another awesome cheat sheet, this time for Candice, giving you a breakdown of her stats and her abilities and her skills, and just showing you what kind of character she is. So I think now is a great time to just dive right in. So of all the Fenritters, Candice is definitely the most volatile, and for the longest time I thought she had a bit of a generic design. I've come to appreciate it a little bit more though as time's gone on. I like the creativity that's imbued with her thunder abilities. I think for the most part they actually look pretty cool, and the application of the electricity and the thunder in her moveset could be something really creative. And I especially like what we've seen so far of her leaked artwork. I think it just looks really cool. The green hair, the green lightning, everything looks really nice. But then I'm a big fan of these Volstendigs having their own colour schemes. I think that really helps them set them apart. So yeah, I think there's real potential for Candice's moveset to look really nice. And we may even find out what it looks like as early as tomorrow at time of recording. So I'm getting this video out now, and we'll see how accurate I was. So, as you can see from the cheat sheet, we have actually decided to make Candice a NAD character. She has a very high attack, she has flurry and poise, and paralysis on all of her special attacks. Those special attacks are obviously all going to be lightning based, but I actually think that, yeah, making her a NAD character makes sense because she's quite the heavy hitter. She's actually one of the Fenritters who actually had a real fight. Obviously, Lil Tota and Menanas didn't really get that, so their movesets are going to be interesting when it gets to that point. But Candice is actually quite lucky. Despite having a relatively small amount of panel time, she actually has quite a well-defined and fleshed-out moveset, full of a lot of named abilities that frankly make this process a lot easier. We do also have some hints for Candice as well, based on the leaked stuff. Based on her splash artwork, which shows her in her Volstendig, I think it's likely that she'll be in her Volstendig from the beginning, so she'll be flying around with her lightning wings on her back. And one of the really cool things about her Volstendig compared to everyone else's was that she could actually break her wings off and use them as like lightning swords. And I think that's going to be a big part of her moveset, which is why we've decided to make her a melee character as opposed to a ranged one. I think her NAD string is just going to be her swinging with her Volstendig blades. That makes complete sense to me, and again, there'll probably be paralysis on the NAD because of the electricity associated with that attack. That makes an awful lot of sense. One small detail I would like to point out before we move on to her essays is her movement. And I think it could be really awesome if Caleb put a little bit of extra detail into her Hirenkyaku step and actually turn her into like a bolt of lightning almost, because she actually does do that. When fighting Kenpachi, you can literally see she transforms her body into lightning to get behind him and then hit him from there. And I think if they could incorporate that somehow into her animations, I think that would just add another layer of uniqueness to the character. So for her Essay 1, I think Candice is going to have a pretty simple moveset, to be honest, and like I said before, she has a bunch of named abilities, which actually makes this quite a bit easier. That being said, I don't think she's necessarily going to use one of these named attacks to begin with. I think her Essay 1 is going to be a rush forward attack, kind of similar to something like the Lost Agent Soifon. She's going to dive forward with both of her lightning blades, like she does against Ichigo in the manga, and kind of swing them downwards, and I think it's going to be a pretty straightforward Essay 1, but pretty effective all the same. Like I said, Candice is a NAD character, so her essays aren't really going to be for much more than breaking guards and hopefully paralysing people as well. Her essay 2 then I think is likely to be a beam attack of some sort, and this is where I think her bow and arrow will finally come into play. She'll use the Galvano Blast ability, which is her 5 gigajoules attack that she uses against Ichigo. I think it'll look pretty simple. It'll be just a straightforward blast of green electricity, assuming that's what all of her moves are going to look like. And I think it'll just be a pretty straightforward SA2 that's pretty handy to use, similar to, say, Fierce Battle Ichigo, where he kind of pulls that Getsuga and it goes straight forwards. I think she'll do that. She'll bring out the bow and arrow. It will still be a melee attack, of course, but she'll fire it forwards, and it'll just be pretty straightforward, I think. For her SA3, I think we use another of her named abilities, and it's the Galvano Javelin. And to me, I can actually really see this looking very similar to Thousand Year Blood War Soifon's SA3. So in that move, Soifon fires Jakuho Raikuben up into the sky, and it sort of explodes in front of her. I could see Candice doing the exact same thing. I think with Galvano Javelin, she gets one of her wings again and just launches it at the opponent. So I could see the exact same thing here. And obviously, Thousand Year Blood War Soifon is a NAD character. Honestly, I could actually see them being very similar characters in general, just thinking about it. Except without the boost transformation that Soifon has. So yeah, I could totally see Candice throwing her Galvano Javelin up into the sky. Then there's just a big explosion in front of her. That makes an awful lot of sense for her SA3, I think. And finally, her special. I feel like I'm cheating a little bit here because we have seen a teaser of this, but it's clearly going to be her electrocution ability. Basically, it's just it's clearly her most powerful attack. She lifts her hand up like this in front of her, then pulls it back behind her, gains like a huge kind of wave of electricity, and then just drops it on the opponent. Very similar looking to Haribel's like Cascader ability. But yeah, just a big torrent of electricity comes crashing down onto the enemy, or probably a guaranteed paralysis, or, you know, very high chance of paralysis. But I imagine it will look panel for panel like the manga. If she's not already in her Volsundig, I think she will be, but if she's not, she'll probably transform into that at the start of this, but I think she'll already be in it anyway. So yeah, electrocution for her special just makes complete sense. Like I said, I think this character's going to have a very simple moveset, but I don't think she's going to be bad in any shape or form. So I have to be honest, I was never going to be particularly hyped for Candice. I certainly did not expect her to be one of the first 3 Sternritters we got, but then the only one I actually got right was Bambietta. I was nearly certain that she'd be part of the first banner, but I thought Asnot would be as well, so that's really surprising. But I have to say that I think Candice has a lot of potential for a really cool moveset, especially with her visuals. I think the green lightning is really going to help set her apart. We don't have a lot of lightning characters in Bleach anyway, and I just think that she could look some really cool unit. I think that all the Quincy's are going to look awesome. I think there's going to be a big emphasis on their visuals, just from the tiny bit we've seen so far, but I think that Candice could really stand out. As for her summoning quote, she doesn't have a lot of lines, I'll be completely honest. I only came up with a couple of potentials for this one. I think it's probably going to be the one that references how long it takes her to get her hair done in the morning, just because I think that's the only one that really defines her personality. And I could totally, it's obviously her, no one else mentions that, and I think that I could see that being her summoning quote. It's something like, how the hell long do you think it takes me to get up in the morning and get my hair done before everyone else, or something like that. You know, it's on the cheat sheet, I think. But I could totally see that being Candice's voice line. Again, pretty simple stuff. I think that's the underlying theme with this character. Pretty simple, but probably visually impressive. That's what I'm expecting. And that's it for this video, guys. That's another Sternritter prediction done for Bleach Brave Souls. I cannot believe, like I said before, that they're coming this soon. Hopefully we'll get the trailer tomorrow, maybe. That's wishful thinking. It is the 27th tomorrow, so I think the end of the month banner is going to drop on Thursday, maybe. So I think it's time. And if we do, I'll do like a live react to it, because it's this. I've been waiting for these guys for the entire time I've been playing this game. That's what I've been waiting for. So, you know, the moment Thousand Year Blood War characters were announced to be coming to the game, I've been waiting for the Sternritters, and they're finally here. And the first banner has my favourite Sternritter in it, so I'm kind of locked in. But yeah, let me know, guys, what you think Candice's moveset is going to be. I think I didn't mention this, but we have her down as a tech character, and I think it's probably going to be that. I think there's a decent chance that their colour schemes are going to reflect their attributes, but that's not always the case. But if that is true, then Candice will be tech, Bambi will be power, and Askin will be heart. So yeah, let me know in the comments below what you think of this moveset. Do you think it will be anything like this? Do you see her being a ranged character or a special character, a sad character, sorry? Let me know in the comments below, guys. And as always, like I said, hit that subscribe button, hit the like button. and just help keep the channel growing. But until next time, guys, let me know what Sternritter you'd like, and I'll see you then. Goodbye.